Hi, it's Brian here. I'm the founder and technical CEO of Anthrodontics. Anthrodontics is an AI-powered electronic health record platform for dental collaboration. It's been a week since I've launched Anthrodontics, and I wanted to go over what I've learned in that week, as well as a new direction moving forward. At heart, I'm a builder. I love imagining things and building them. The most satisfying part is where the thing in your head becomes a thing on the screen that everyone can use. I've always firmly believed in the "if you build it, they'll come" mantra. So I worked day and night on Anthrodontics, excitedly waiting until I can deliver it into your hands. But after launch, the reality was that traction and adoption was slow. I built it, but they did not come. Why? Well, after a lot of soul searching, these were my conclusions. Stealth mode is the killer. When I work, I tend to become reclusive. I live in my head a lot, but that means I'm not really connecting with my users. So that means essentially I'm failing to understand their needs, prioritize features, and iterate quickly based on the feedback. Anthrodontics is an ambitious project that has a lot of building blocks. But when you look at the homepage, there's only a YouTube video tutorial on a subset of the features. And because I was working in stealth mode, it was difficult to communicate that more things were coming. It doesn't help that the homepage had these really ambiguous signposts. During development, this was my thought process. Referral letter processing can be automated, and dentists require secure and private file sharing services. Okay, alright. Well, let's call these subset features Anthrodontics Share. Next, Linktree style social media can increase engagement. This is where vertical integration also comes in. You can embed the referral letter processing part into the social media page so you can promote marketing and referral letters as a benefit to users. Let's call this Anthrodontics Profile. Finally, there needs to be a way to store all the patient information. If you look at the competitors, they first piggyback off the conventional PMS databases to populate information. But eventually, all of these companies will have to host the data themselves, and then they become PMS. I saw that Anthrodontics is going to be no different. So let's call that Anthrodontics Tungsten, a material that's stronger than titanium. This will be the patient store. And all these features will be underpinned by a dental language model, which can be used for writing clinical notes, writing referral letters, and extracting keywords, and so on. This is a pitch slide deck I presented soon after launch. As you can see, the first part of Anthrodontics, Tungsten, was built, and I'm showing a roadmap to complete the other features. But without the clear communication, and without the ability to appreciate the overview, I looked and sounded as crazy as Daniel Radcliffe on a good day. This, again, was taken from the homepage. Honestly, there wasn't much thought put into building this part, but now I understand that it could have deterred a lot of users from trying out the product. I didn't think too much about it because the billing part of the app wasn't created yet, so users could technically use this for free, forever. But on reflection, this created friction because there was not enough differentiation among the different tiers, and they were too expensive. That takes us to Rethinking Strategy. A strategy can be broken down into 3 components. The first one is diagnosis, which is all about defining the challenge. In our case, the diagnosis was these 3 things. 1. Users will use software provided by their workplace, even if it sucks. And 2, dentists want information readily available. And finally, users will only engage if there's an immediate benefit to the clinical workflow. The next part is creating a guiding policy, which is the approach to overcoming the obstacles outlined in the diagnosis. Our guiding policies are: 1. Create a frictionless experience. 2. Gradually expose the multiple functions. And 3. Do the hardest things first to create maximum leverage. And finally, create coherent actions, which is being able to coordinate tasks so that they're aligned with the guiding policy and can help satisfy the diagnosis. So I needed to create a way to introduce the various features gradually to the users. I have decided on an iceberg metaphor. A voice and chat interface is the most frictionless experience that you can have. The Google search box, chat language model text fields, and so on have trained users to start interacting by typing something. So this will be our way to introduce Anthrodontics to new users. Once a user has felt comfortable and confident in Anthrodontics, they can then register. Upon registration, the product allows the user to integrate with their PMS of choice. This allows for patient information to be instantly available, and the user doesn't have to switch out of programs to access it. Additionally, users can freely share cases with other clinicians without having to worry about cybersecurity. Right now, clinicians are sharing confidential information through WhatsApp, and Anthrodontics is part of the process in breaking those habits. Finally, it's always important to celebrate big wins and share it with others. While gaining respect from your peers is always important, it also creates trust and rapport with potential patients. Anthrodontics Profile helps close the gap in the patient journey and shows that Anthrodontics is truly the all-in-one solution. So all that soul searching has allowed me to organize how to present Anthrodontics as a cohesive solution for outside users. And I've shown that placing an AI model in the forefront will help drive engagement and usage across the platform. The AI model will be called Anthrodontics Delta, which stands for Dental Expertise Language Technology for Assistance. The guiding policy is to maximize leverage, and there are currently no answer engines for dentistry. So this will truly set Anthrodontics apart from all the other healthcare AI companies. Upon launch, Delta will be able to do the basics: speech-to-text transcription to write clinical notes, highlighting caries on a radiograph, and so on. But the exciting features will be its ability to create chains of thought to help provide several tailored treatment plans. Also, it can perform deep searches on the literature, policies, materials, protocols, and CPD information so that users are armed to the teeth with knowledge. Our initial target audience are new grads because they're still adjusting to managing a high patient load and trying to apply theory and clinical practice while still trying to go home on time. Dental students, so that they can use the software to test treatment plans, test their theory knowledge, and ensure that they're receiving information from reputable sources. Dental influencers. We might use sponsorships in the future to try and increase awareness and engagement. I've also simplified our monetization strategy. Anthrodontics will be free forever for dental students. The premium plans are Pro for individual practitioners and priced at a more affordable $20 a month. Finally, workplaces that want to have a presence in Anthrodontics can sign up for an enterprise plan, which is priced at $50 a month and $8 per month per user. Additionally, we can drive traction by creating a referral program. And clinicians who have invested thousands of pounds into building CPD courses can contribute to the Delta knowledge base. As AIs are increasingly using references to show that there is no hallucination, we can build upon that to pay back these clinicians whenever their work is referenced, much like a Spotify model. This change in perspective will give me a greater leverage compared to the current competitors and hopefully let the investors realize the rest of the vision. This is where I have to ask you, yes you, for your help. First, I need feedback on what you think about this new direction for Anthrodontics. So please answer the questions in this Google form. And I'll need your help on evaluating the AI outputs, so please let me know if you think that you are smarter than an AI. Next, if you want to be an early user of this software, go to anthrodontics.com and register for an account. Otherwise, if you're only interested in hearing updates, you can mark that in the Google form as well. You will get a monthly newsletter update and vlog updates of my founder's journey. Any sort of traction goes a long way in showing investors that Anthrodontics is a viable product. Finally, pass on the message. The referral program starts right now. Send this link to someone that you know and let me know. You and every other referral will get an additional month free. Alright, that's all for now. Bye now.